Now, I didn't expect to learn a lesson about how to teach properly as a teacher from a kid. I'm being very honest. One of the reasons why I'm such a good teacher or tutor is because of an experience I had with a child. Now, let me explain. There was a time I had the responsibility to tutor, or will I say to teach a sibling of mine something. And I think that was on quantitative reasoning. For those of you familiar with such in Nigeria, quantitative reasoning. Now, there was this question that we had to attempt. All right. Now, this question, you know how it is for us quantitative reasoning. Now, you had to think more than just surface level. You have to think very logically, and you have to make sure you have tried everything possible, that even when you go back from the answer you try to reverse it, you are getting the same thing you are seeing in the question. Good. Now, I remember this particular question, we had to attempt it over and over again. At some point, I almost give up. All right, I almost give up. But then there was something I told them, my sibling: do not say you don't understand until you've tried every single thing. Because one thing I've noticed is that people usually say they don't understand without putting in any effort. You just try to read something, you try to solve it once, and you give up. But then one thing I realized was that what would make a difference, or would it make a difference, if a person starts to attempt this question or whatever they're trying to solve multiple times? You try one way, it doesn't work. You try another way, it doesn't work. You keep on trying. Now, when I told that my sibling this, I myself I had to rush to do other things. All right, I just told that my sibling that's on a surface level, and I left. I didn't think much about it. But then when I left and I came back, one thing I heard was that I have gotten the answer. I said, "What did you mean? I've gotten the answer." I said, "All right, tell me what you did." This sibling of mine decided to solve that quantitative reasoning on my board, and I was impressed. I asked her, "How did you get it?" She said she had to attempt it a different way. She tried this way, it couldn't work. She tried another way, it couldn't work, and she had to try and try until she got the right way to get the answer. She was even able to reverse the solution, get the solution, and reverse the solution to the question that was there in the quantitative reasoning. I was impressed. Now, the lesson I learned there was this: even I myself, all right, even I myself needed to know that if I am teaching students, I need to think of different approaches to one question. And I need to help them to understand that you yourself should not give up. Do not claim you don't know, or you cannot solve, or you cannot find an answer when you yourself have not tried everything you can to the limits or to your limitations. All right. Now that's one thing that I had to learn. And how has it affected me today? It has affected me in great ways. You understand? Right now, there is no way I'm coming here. If I see anything or hear any question from a student, I may try to explain it another way. And as they understand, say no. I will think of another illustration to use. Now, that is something that I had to learn. I didn't expect to learn such lessons from just tutoring a child. Well, see, so the thing I'm going to tell you, all right, if you're a nurse or you're a student nurse, or you are from any field at all, or any walk of life, one thing I'll tell you is this: please don't say you can't do it until you've tried. Keep on trying until you get the solution. Then, when you've tried and you could not get it, you've tried to your limitation, you tried to your exhaustion. One thing I'll let you know is this: then you can decide to actually ask anybody who is better than you at that thing. So that's all I have to say for today. And this is day 16 of my WAMC challenge, where you're watching a man change. I am Nurse Jonathan Nzebuka, and it is my job to shape the future of healthcare through knowledge.